decades of sold-out stadiums, platinum albums, and legendary performances, these rock icons finally decided to call it quits. Some went out on top with dignity and celebration. Others had health problems force the decision. A few reunited one last time to give fans proper closure.
Just a small town girl, living in
These 10 bands shaped rock history, but 2024 and 2025 marked the end of the road. Whether through farewell tours, final albums, or emotional goodbyes, these legends are hanging up their guitars for good. Number 10, Black Sabbath. The most emotional rock farewell in history happened on July 5, 2025 at Villa Park in Birmingham. The original lineup, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, reunited for the first time in 20 years in the city where they started in 1968. Ozzy performed from a bat-ornamented black throne due to Parkinson's disease, which had left him unable to walk. The 10-hour festival featured Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Guns N' Roses, paying tribute before the Pioneers closed with War Pigs, Iron Man, and Paranoid. The 40,000 sold-out crowd raised $190 million for charity. This was the true final goodbye the band never got in 2017 when their The End tour wrapped without Bill Ward due to contract disputes. Ozzy had told Billy Morrison the story felt unfinished, and he'd jump at the chance for one more show with the original drummer. James Hetfield told the crowd, "Without Sabbath, there would be no Metallica." 17 days after the concert, Ozzy Osbourne died at age 76, making this his final performance. Over 75 million records sold, one last perfect goodbye. Number 9, The Who. Roger Daltrey, 81, and Pete Townshend, 80, announced the Song Is Over North American Farewell Tour in May 2025, marking the end of a 61-year career spanning over 2,600 concerts. Their 2024 show at London's Royal Albert Hall was reviewed as one of the most joyous, bombastic concerts the venue had ever seen, and the 2025 tour kicked off with critics confirming they still had the power that made them legends. They're going out on top, not limping to the finish line. The tour celebrates 6 decades of anthems like My Generation, Baba O'Reilly, and Won't Get Fooled Again. Both have been honest about the physical toll of performing at their age, but insisted on ending while they could still deliver authentic rock moments. Fans scrambled for tickets knowing this is truly the last chance to see rock royalty. No comeback tours, no reunion cash grabs, just 2 legends saying goodbye with dignity. Number 8, Whitesnake. David Coverdale officially retired on November 13, 2025 at age 74, ending the band's 47-year run. The video announcement showed him joking about his gray hair. "We've taken care of the lion's wig, but it's time for me to call it a day." His last performance was June 23, 2022 at Hellfest in France. Health problems made retirement unavoidable. Persistent sinus infections, torn rotator cuffs in both shoulders, arthritis, and bulging discs in his neck and back. He told Eddie Trunk in 2023, "My hands were really hurting. Arthritis. All this kind of stuff's kicking in." The band attempted a farewell tour in 2022, co-headlining with Scorpions, but Coverdale's health forced cancellations. After 50 years plus with Deep Purple, Whitesnake, and Jimmy Page, it's time to hang up my rock and roll platform shoes and my skin-tight jeans. Millions sold with Here I Go Again and Is This Love, plus a Rock Hall induction with Deep Purple in 2016. In December 2025, he also quit all social media to enjoy retirement. The lion finally rests.
I'm just another heart in need of rescue.
Number 7, Journey.
Just a small town girl, living in
The farewell tour announcement came in November 2025 after decades of lineup chaos. Neil Schon, 71, is the only original member left standing, and Jonathan Cain is departing despite co-writing their biggest hits.
She took the midnight
Vocalist Arnel Pineda, who replaced Steve Perry in 2007, has struggled vocally and apologized on Facebook after a disastrous Rock in Rio show, writing he wasn't able to give my best. They've coasted on Don't Stop Believin' for 44 years, while the current lineup falls apart behind the scenes. Sean has zero dialogue with Perry, leaving them as a nostalgia act with a fractured identity. The farewell tour kicks off February 2026 across North America. Fans buying tickets know they're watching hired musicians play songs written by people who left decades ago. Their 1981 album, Escape, sold over 12 million copies and defined arena rock, but the 2025 version bears little resemblance to that peak. Pineda does his best to channel Perry's voice, but the magic is long gone. After nearly 5 decades, they're finally stopping. Number 6. Sepultura. Brazilian thrash metal legends launched their Celebrating Life Through Death farewell tour in March 2024, an 18-month celebration running through spring 2025. The December 2023 announcement stated they had reached the end of the road and chosen to depart via a conscious and planned death. Over 4 decades, they visited 80 countries and became Brazil's metal ambassadors, selling millions with Chaos AD and Roots. They're recording 40 live tracks in 40 cities for a final compilation. 3 days before the tour started, longtime drummer Eloy Casagrande abruptly quit to join Slipknot. His replacement, 21-year-old Grayson Nekrutman, learned the setlist in days. The tour stormed through North America in fall 2024 with Obituary and Agnostic Front, then hit Europe for 20 dates with Ginger. Final Latin American shows run through March 2025, including festivals in Mexico, Brazil, Chile, and Argentina. The final shows close a legacy that changed metal forever. Have you seen any of these legendary bands live? Which farewell tour hit you the hardest? Drop your city and your concert memories in the comments below. And if you caught one of these final shows, tell us what it was like to witness rock history one last time. Number 5. Foreigner. The farewell tour keeps extending through 2025, but founding guitarist Mick Jones, 80, hasn't been able to tour since 2022. In February 2024, his Parkinson's disease diagnosis was revealed publicly, explaining his absence from the road. Original frontman Lou Gramm is also limited to rare guest appearances due to vocal problems after years of health struggles. Kelly Hansen has fronted the band for 20 years, but the farewell tour essentially features hired musicians playing Jones and Graham's catalog. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in October 2024 brought legacy members Al Greenwood and Rick Wills to join select shows, giving fans glimpses of the original lineup. Jones wasn't present at the Hall of Fame ceremony, and talks continue about whether Graham will make any final appearances. Hansen said in a statement, "After 20 years of proudly flying the Foreigner flag, we are thrilled to be periodically sharing the stage with the guys who started it all." The 2025 dates include residencies in Las Vegas and tours across North America. Hits like I Want to Know What Love Is, Cold as Ice, and Jukebox Hero still pack venues, but the band performing them bears little resemblance to the group that recorded them in the late 70s and 80s. Number 4. Uriah Heep. Mick Box, the only original member remaining, announced the Magician's Farewell Tour in September 2024, kicking off in February 2025. The tour runs 2 to 3 years across the globe, celebrating 55 years since the band started in 1970. One lonely Sunday morning. Box said in the announcement video, "We have made the decision to wind down touring the whole world. Over the next 2 to 3 years, we intend to play as many places as possible and see you all for the one last time." The British progressive rock pioneers have sold over 40 million albums and played 4,000 plus shows across 5 decades.
And I beg to give me horses to trample down my enemies.
Box later clarified to Planet Rock they'll still play limited festivals and weekend shows after the farewell tour ends, but the long, arduous world tours are done. The current lineup includes frontman Bernie Shaw, bassist Dave Rimmer, drummer Russell Gilbrook, and keyboardist Phil Lanzon. Their 2023 album, Chaos and Color, proved they could still write and record, but the physical demands of constant touring at their age became unsustainable. Box emphasized passion as the driving force. As long as I'm there, the band's gonna sound like Uriah Heep, but it really is time to wind things down. Number 3. Aerosmith.
You smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away.
Steven Tyler's fractured larynx in September 2023 ended Aerosmith's career. The 76-year-old frontman suffered permanent vocal damage that made recovery impossible, forcing the official retirement announcement in August 2024.
I could spend my life in this sweet.
The band released a heartfelt statement. His voice is an instrument that has been weathered by time. We've made the heartbreaking decision to retire from touring. Steven's injury has resulted in permanent damage that a full recovery from is not possible. Their last studio album came in 2012 with Music from Another Dimension, and they'd been coasting on nostalgia tours for over a decade before the injury.
I could stay lost in this moment.
Tyler had been struggling vocally for years before the larynx fracture. Reviews from 2022 and 2023 shows noted his declining range and reliance on backing tracks. The fracture was the final blow to a voice that had already deteriorated significantly. Drummer Joey Kramer had been sitting out tours intermittently, and internal tensions suggested the band was near the end anyway.
With a moment spent with you is a moment.
Over 150 million albums sold across 50-plus years, with classics like Dream On, Walk This Way, and Sweet Emotion defining rock radio for generations. They did the right thing by retiring instead of continuing with Tyler's damaged voice. Some legends know when to walk away.
I don't wanna close my eyes.
Number 2. Kiss. The final show happened December 2, 2023 at Madison Square Garden, closing the end-of-the-road farewell tour that ran from 2019 to 2023. Paul Stanley, 71, and Gene Simmons, 74, performed in full makeup and costumes one last time before digital avatars appeared on screens, previewing the band's bizarre future. April 2024, they sold Kiss to Pop House Entertainment for $300 million, the same company behind the ABBA Voyage digital show. The avatars will perform starting in 2027, turning the band into a technological spectacle without the original members. Stanley had vocal cord surgery in 2011 and struggled with his voice for the final decade of touring. Simmons mocked him in a 2018 interview, saying, "I don't lose my voice, Paul Stanley does," showing the tension between them even as they cashed farewell tour checks. Founding members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss weren't invited to the final show, continuing decades of bad blood, and prioritized spectacle over musicianship in their final years, with pyrotechnics and stage production hiding declining performances. 50 years of rock theater ended not with musicians, but with computer-generated avatars. The makeup and costumes survive, but the men behind them are gone. Number 1. Cirith Ungol. Cult heavy metal legends announced in October 2023 that 2024 would be their final year performing live. After a 25-year hiatus from 1991 to 2016, the reunion run exceeded all expectations, but vocalist Tim Baker and drummer Robert Garvin decided to end on their terms.
Know the light, I know the night, I have walked with things.
The farewell tour ran throughout 2024, with their final UK show on September 16th at London's Underworld and final US show on December 7th, 2024. They released their final album, Dark Parade, in October 2024, documenting the last chapter of their 50-year story. The album dealt with pandemic-era pain and depression, creating what critics called their most vitriolic work to date. Baker's unique vocal style, an acquired taste that divided listeners for decades, gave the band their distinctive epic doom metal sound. Albums like 1981's Frost and Fire and 1984's King of the Dead, with Michael Whelan-painted covers and Tolkien-inspired imagery, influenced generations despite never achieving commercial success in their original run. Bassist Jarvis Leatherby of Night Demon convinced them to reunite in 2016, and the response from the metal underground was overwhelming. Their statement to fans read, "From the depths of our soul, we would like to thank every one of you. We are immensely proud of the work we have created." The cult legends went out with dignity, respect, and a final masterpiece.